Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, November 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I will start with this one. We retested this area. You can see the low was 183.85, 183.42 on that weekly chart. The daily chart came in at 184.55. So we did retest this area less than a week later. And it is still a zone to buy into. In other words, I wouldn't be short here unless we close below 183.42 today. Until then, can you be long? You know, yes, there's nothing else to do here but play the long side. Now, at this stage, if you wanted to play the long side on strength, you could do so. Let's work our way up today. 191.44 is our intraday resistance. It is nothing more than yesterday's high, but you can see how it lines up pretty well with the Tuesday, Wednesday lows. And if we push above 191.44, 195.55 is likely where we can top out for the day. I think closing above 195.55, however, unlikely today, but if over the next few days is your green light for a 3 to 5 day buy signal up to 207.04. But overall, just know that holding above this channel bottom at 184.55 will keep 216.14 in reach over the next, 2 to 3 weeks, and that is shown properly here. So, if you're long now, and if you have yet to bail out in a long position that may have been established a week ago, or perhaps it was established yesterday, Thursday, you can stay long into this 210s, 216.14. 216.14 climbing gradually and will converge over the next week and a half with this wave count at 219.64. There's a lot going on, as I've been saying, in the 219.64 up to 228.94 region. A couple of different wave counts, A, B, C. These are substantial highs and lows. A is actually the 2022 low following a one-year substantial bear market. It looks like nothing here, but if you were to zoom in this area, you would see it was of much greater proportion than this sell-off that occurred from January to April of this year. So anyway, these are wave counts. They actually remain in reach, possibly by the end of the year, holding above 183.42. I've covered the upside pretty well. You can always rewind, obviously, if you need to see that again. So I'm going to take a look at the downside today, that in the event we break that 183.42, with present volatility, we could see 176.76 today. That is the pullback low from the middle of October. But once again, closing below 183.42 today, or in other words, below this channel bottom on the weekly chart, does set up 155.49 as with present volatility, I'm going to call it a 1 to 2 week target. I think that is likely, but it could take a little longer if volatility collapses a bit as we move into the holidays, into November, for instance, late November, rather, Thanksgiving. It could be a 3 to 5 week target. It could take into later December to fully realize, but 155.49 nonetheless an objective if we close today below 183.42.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and Nvidia, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
On the way down, of course, we have this pullback low as well from early September at 164.07. I'm going to call this, kind of a 1 to 2 week target, 164.07. It's not altogether different than 155, which I show once again on the weekly chart right here. And so it is kind of a 2 to 3 week target. Let's call it below 183.42. If we close below 183.42 today, no good reason to be long Nvidia if your time horizon is over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And, how should I put this? if Nvidia closes below 183.42 today, and if Tesla closes over the next few days below 385, I'll let you watch the Tesla report. You also then have the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100, which are clinging to a bullish dynamic through the rest of the year by a thread. You have those probably shifting into a sell signal as well. So, I'm not trying to encourage a long-term sell below 183.42, but, near-term sell signals, oftentimes 3 months later, you can see that they were actually long-term sell signals. So I don't have a problem in exiting a longer-term investment in Nvidia. And what I mean by that is if your time horizon is 2 to 3, 3 to 5 months out, right? And we close today below 183.42. I have no problem in exiting Nvidia over that time frame. And for those of you who like playing both sides of the market, if we close today below 183.42, I think you can reach for 155 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for at least 6 weeks on that 2 to 3 week play. And I do think there's a case that could be made for 117.80 by the end of the first quarter. If we close today, the week itself below 183.42, under that scenario, you might reach for 120 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for, I would go at least 6 months, maybe a year out on that expiration price. You want to preserve delta, reduce the theta time decay element on those options. So they're pricier, but they hold their value better, and you get more bang for your buck typically on a option that doesn't expire near term. You don't want to get into that into the decay curve aggressively. I'm looking for anything else that I've missed, kind of rifling through these. 195.55, kind of a 3 to 5 day target, could be realized within a day or two. If we close today above 191.44, we test this on Monday, and it would be a settlement above 195.55 that would shift our focus more decisively into the upside camp. I think we're already looking that way as long as we don't close below 183.42, 207.44 over the next 1 to 2 weeks, 216.14 over the next 2 to 3, 3 to 5 weeks or so. I think I've said it all. By the way, this week, wickedstocks.com put out 2 stock picks, one on XPeng, which is that Chinese EV manufacturer, and on Thursday was Viking Therapeutics. You can check both of them out for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You also get our daily SPY and our daily Triple Q analysis, which I would always have at my side if I were you. If you day trade or swing trade Nvidia or Tesla, I think having both the SPY and the Q at your ready is a great way to play sort of the overall context of the broader market. I'm going to leave it at that. You have a great weekend. I'll be back Sunday with Monday's Nvidia.